Okay, let's do this. It is time. With Endwalker out in 4 days for early access, it's time to sit down. We've already seen the job action trailer once before, but I want to rewatch it, especially now that I know more about the game, I know more about the jobs, but even more importantly, because we have to make that ultimate decision of what job to actually play when it comes to Endwalker. So rewatching this is going to be sort of like step 2 in the process after we did sort of an objective tier list ranking in a previous video on YouTube. So yeah, and then I think step 3 after this is going to be going through and actually ranking it kind of at a more personal level. But we gotta watch the action trailer before we can make that decision. So let's do it. Good morning, Court. Oh, it's loud. Oh, too loud. Too loud. Okay. How many times you guys gonna watch this before Friday? How many times? Yo, I think that is that's the tank limit break. I didn't know that before, but I saw it for, I think it's used on Alexander, one of the Alexander ones. Okay, Dragoon. I'm gonna say, for me, the Dragoon looks amazing, but because I played a lot of Dragoon already, I'm probably not gonna pick up Dragoon straight away. But I do love the new animations after like finishing your combo, so your AoE combo, and then building up your 2 little dragon scales. And we've got the new animations on like Chaos Thrust and all that, look great, Full Thrust, Chaos Thrust. Very nice. This is a flashy job. You're gonna watch this 10 more times? Fair, fair. Very flashy job, super fun. Does share gear with Reaper, so if we do go with Reaper, this could be a very good alt job to level up and just have as a second option. Though that being said, would you want to play Dragoon and Reaper? We just switch between them for fun, sharing gear, but that's something to consider. Warrior up next. This is a job which I never used to like, but which has grown on me the more that I've seen it. We're actually playing it right now in game. We're working through the quest right now, power leveling it a bit. Like, man, I just love the brutality. It just looks great. Oh, that's a cool move. I think it's a beast cage move right there. One thing which is maybe a bit hit or miss with Warrior is, you know, that all the glows around your character. That could be annoying for some people. Or then you might really like it. Bam, that's a big smack. Oh, and then that's Fell Cleave, right? That's the big move. That's the best one. You just get 3 of those in a row, and then you yourself become the Fell Cleave. Yeah, honestly, Warrior looks quite satisfying. Just big, meaty hits. I think that's nice. It sort of separates it from the DPS. Okay, so Red Mage, I obviously recognize, you know, that's for Thunder and Impact. Okay. They're spending their thing to get the 3 points, then flip out. That's a team protection move, and then it's okay into the finishing combo. I think this is going to really improve the gameplay of Red Mage, to be honest. Oh, they're not even going through the full combo, huh? But I think it's really going to improve it. The fact that your finishers are now AoE, so they're going to tie into your AoE combo, and you do 3 enhanced Moulinet, and then you're into your finisher combo, which is now AoE. I think that will really improve it for dungeons. And just general gameplay, so I think Red Mage is a super strong option. And it's gonna be, I think it's still gonna be super popular. Scholar! I don't know what you guys think, but for me, I really felt like, you know, Scholar is a bit confused. It's got tech, but then it's got a fairy. It's like, are you a techie thing? Are you a fairy thing? Like, what's your deal? One thing, I feel like people meme on this move where they give their team movement speed and a big damage reduction. I actually think that move's going to be really good. It's actually going to be super strong. Like, giving everyone a big movement speed boost is actually useful. So, yeah, people are maybe a bit too mean for that. But it's certainly, in terms of its flashiness, it's not there. So yeah, Scholar's not really for me. Dark Knight, Dark Knight, it just feels slow. I don't know about that. What do you guys think? I feel it certainly with their base combo. I feel like it's more just slow. I feel that Warrior has a bit of meatiness to some of its hits. I feel like a lot of the Dark Knight stuff feels slow, but not necessarily that meaty. Now, they're big sort of magical attacks like that. I think that was Shadowbringer. Or maybe it's just Flood of Darkness. And those do feel good, I will say. You probably finish just with Shadowbringer, let's be real. Yeah, they're magic stuff. The Dark Knight opener is actually pretty busy. Okay. Okay. That could be cool. I'm always a bit harsh on Dark Knight. Now Dancer, oh man, Dancer? I don't think I'd played Dancer when I first watched this trailer. Now I've played a lot of Dancer, and Dancer's so fucking good. Oh, it's so good. This is like a top tier pick for me, just because it's so much freaking fun. I've never actually seen the real job gauge though. I always use the simple versions. Okay, it's just using her procs. That's a new move right there. That's the new one. That's like Fan Dance 3 or 4. I don't even know how many Fan Dances. That is also a new move, which looks phenomenal. Frickin' just storm of chakrams, I guess. Yeah. I think the thing about Dancer is that just the flow of the job, the feel of gameplay is just so good, and that doesn't necessarily come across in the job action. Kind of like, they're just dancing. But when you play it, you're like, okay, procs on procs, yes, it's good. I think Machinist, though, looks real good in the job action trailer, right? Machinist looks flashy. My only concern with Machinist is I don't know if it would be as fun to play as the Dancer. Dancer's just got that satisfying... And your Dancer is cool. I mean, robots are cool, mechs are cool, too. It reminds me a lot of like Bounty Hunter from Star Wars The Old Republic as well. Some of the moves, then some of them not at all, like pulling out the drill. But some of the shots and stuff are quite like that. Yeah, Machinist looks like it's very much going to be pretty much the same as Shadowbringer. So that's something to consider. If you played it before, it's pretty much the same. A Gunbreaker. Gunbreaker for me is one that doesn't look super flashy. Like, it's got nice moves, they got nice slashes and stuff, and looks like it's got a good flow. But I actually feel like Gunbreaker feels better. There he's doing his continuation combos with the Gnashing Fang stuff. Cool. It feels better when you're actually playing it and weaving that stuff in. And like the animation, same thing as Samurai as well. The animations look cooler when you're behind the character and you're controlling it. It's one of those funny things. Whereas like, you know, I feel like with the mages, you appreciate their animations from anywhere. Some of the melee feel way better when you're actually in control. It's one of those funny sort of camera angle things. Now that move is super badass. But yeah. Again, Gunbreaker I feel like is more fun to play. It looks good, but it's more about how fun it is to play. Man, this zone looks pretty cool. Look at these floating islands and stuff. That's pretty neat. Bards, I think, get too much hate. They get more hate than they deserve. Bard gets more hate than they deserve. I feel like one issue with Bard is that I feel like you gotta level the Bard from level 1, whereas Dancer comes in at level 60. And I think that's something of a problem. Is that a lot of people just go, well, why not just play Dancer? You save yourselves having to grind up to 60, you know? And they're quite similar. But I've got a bit of a soft spot for Bard. I do. Coming from a Shadow Priest player in World of Warcraft, they actually play pretty similarly. It's kind of funny. Even though theme-wise, they're totally different. Here we have the Astrologian. Now, to be honest, I still don't really understand what's happening with Astro because they're changing so much. But quite possibly my favorite visuals of any of the healers. I just love the star-based stuff. It's so good. I think that was a redraw right there. Yeah, cool animation on that. Like, look at that. Just the dome with the constellations. It's so cool, man. That's so good. I think that's a new gravity animation. Looks insane. And then that's the big one where you like, I think you store up healing with that and then unleash it. It's just like, yeah, it's good. I need to level up my Astro, man. I think Astro looks great. I think it looks great. More complex than the White Mage. Samurai. Now, this is a front runner for me in terms of what to play. Just because I really enjoy their gameplay. Again, I do feel like I said with the Gunbreaker, I feel like the animations are more satisfying when you are in control. Like, you know, the Madare is not going to be as satisfying from this angle as it is from being in behind and just smacking out yourself. That Mad Lad actually using his Keishi, his double up finisher move on Tenka Goken in single target. Unbelievable. Some people. Some people. And I do think that they're really going to smooth out a lot of my pain points with Samurai as well, in terms of like applying your buffs more easily. He has 2 charges to Keishi, actually. And then there's just like, is he going to go into the Uber? Yeah, he kitens up the Uber Midare that now procs off of your... I think it's now a 2-minute cooldown, though, on your Kenki generation. Like, that's... Samurai looks like a really solid. One thing about Samurai as well, it's got a very sort of strategic, very flow-based pace, you know? It does pop off a bit with dumping Kenki with your OGCDs, but I feel like it's got that lovely flow to it. Sort of very considered, and I think that's a nice complement to some of the faster-paced melee DPS, actually. I mean, White Mage looks fine. It looks good. I do like the new Holy. I think this new Holy animation is much better. I love the flower incorporated, like the lily incorporated into it. I think it looks gorgeous. And just less like blinding. You're not gonna have an epileptic fit watching. I think that was the new ninja move, actually, that just straight up gives them Huton, right? Oh yeah, you can see the little sandworms when you do your AoE there. From your, is it called Doton on the ground? I can't even remember. All the names sound the same to me. It's too hard to remember. And this is actually just your Bunchin clone, right? I never knew what that was. I thought they were like moving in like super speed, but I think that's just a Bunchin clone. It's what it is. And then they threw their clone in, so that's what's happening there. I was never sure about that. And then you've got your Raiton combo, which is like a gap closer now, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's Bunchin? Okay. Yeah, I thought they were like, you know, it's like Matrix style, they're moving, but like, no, it's just you've got a clone thing. Still, badass. Now, I will be honest with you, I still have absolutely zero concept what's going on here. Like, what does this job gauge mean? Look at that job gauge. It is utterly incomprehensible to me. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. There's explosions happening. There's elephants in the background, or statues of elephants. Yeah. But I mean, like, I think Red Mage is pretty straightforward. You know, if you want the caster that does big booms, this is the caster for big booms. You know, Summoner is doing its summoning thing. That's kind of specific. Red Mage, they're going in with a sword and stuff. This is for those people that are like, what, you going in with a sword? What the fuck? Summoning shit? No, I'm just gonna fucking blow you up with magic, dude. Black Mage fills that role. So, I think if you're into that, this is pretty sick. And like the explosions are very satisfying. Like they're very sad. He's just spamming that one over and over again. He's like, that one's a good one. He's got some like black magic looking things in there too. You know, I have no idea what's going on, but you know, I appreciate it. You know? It's okay. You know, it's like, you know, Black Mage is kind of like a gay bar. You know, maybe it's not for me. And I don't know exactly what's going on in there. But you know what? I appreciate that you might like that. And that's okay. There we go. You can use that quote if you want. Man, Sage just looks super sad. So we know now with Sage that they have the move that they activate, which is I think the thing on top of their job gauge, which empowers their next cast. So they can change a bunch of their basic spells, have alternate effects. And I'm like, that's just like fucking firing a giant laser to heal your team. Like, how fucking cool is that? So yeah, I think Sage is gonna be super, super fun. I'm very hyped to play some Sage. You're gonna use that analogy to Black Mage, friend? You're welcome. You're well. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. He won't be mad at all. Now with Monks, we got more of an idea of what's going on as well now. I'm hopeful that Monk will be good. I'm worried that it won't be, but I'm hopeful. Again, doing some AoE moves and single target. It's a bold choice, but that's okay. Got your Phoenix finisher right there. It's cool. And I love that the big old kick. It's pretty badass. I mean, the monk does have some pretty cool new animations, I have to say. Like, that's the Uber finisher, like the Tifa finisher. Like, that looks sick. That looks good. That does look good. Monk, I think it looks nice. They didn't show off my favorite move, which is, I can't even remember the name now because I'm an idiot, but you know where you jump up and you fire the giant laser at the ground? That is in there, they just didn't show it though, I don't think. Unless I missed it from talking too much. Summoner, obviously looking insane. Have I watched the launch trailer? Yes, I've watched the launch trailer. So I will have my reaction videos to the cinematic trailer and the launch trailer out today on YouTube. Then this video will probably be out the next day. Maybe I'll bring it out. Yeah, probably bring this out on Tuesday. And then we can do some more fun videos today as well. If you guys have any ideas or videos you want to see, let me know. Yeah, that's cool. You can see in her job gauge, like, the things are chained off. That's cool. One thing I think is super fun with this is how their moves change based off of which primal they've summoned. And then so he's released Garuda, and now Garuda's grayed out. I can go into Ifrit or to Titan. And they've got some pretty cool spells themselves. Going into Titan, Roar. I think one funky thing is that Titan, I believe, is all instant cast spells. So I believe the idea with Titan is that you can just completely move while casting. You're like, it's sort of, you know, it's like dancer level mobility as far as I'm aware, which is kind of nutty. That's kind of nutty. And kind of weird. I would have almost felt like that would be appropriate for Garuda. It's kind of weird that Titan is the super mobile one, but there you go. And then if Ifrit is the melee one, it almost would have made more sense to me if Garuda was mobile, and then Titan was the melee one. But like, I do think the Ifrit move here is very cool, where you can like, you know, you can dash in and do some, yeah, like dash into a target and then just fucking punch him. I'm just, you know, it's like I'm a caster. I'm just gonna fucking punch you. You know, red mages, they got their swords. Oh, I'm just gonna punch you though. You know, the monks can do it. I can fucking do it. I'll summon a monk. Yeah, Larry Soar's videos are great. Have I watched the benchmark trailer or run the benchmark? No. How do I run the benchmark? How do I do that? Oh, here it is, boys. Reaper. This is my #1 top contender right now. Slight spoilers, obviously, if you haven't... Well, spoilers if you haven't finished Shadowbringers. But, seeing as my best friend has job changed to a Reaper, I kind of want to job change to Reaper with him so that we can be best friends together. Like 2 gigabytes. Okay, we can do that later. We could do the benchmark. I could cry about my PC not being amazing. I mean, the Reaper abilities just look phenomenal. Look at the Bard trying to sneak in and steal his thunder with an arrow shot. What a big jerk. Like, dude, it looks fucking sick, man. Like, just the spell animations look so good. On the scythe, he's got freaking portals. And then he transforms. I think he got 5 attacks. Yeah, look at that. He's got 5 flips and he's using them up on like 5 super moves. Oh my god. Or maybe he's got more than that. No, he like turns them from blue into purple and then he can do some other move. I don't even know. But that's badass, man. Yeah, my BFF. That's what he's doing. I'm kind of jealous. Then we Paladin. My personal top-rated job for Endwalker. I think it's looking great. One thing that kind of put me off Paladin a bit before was that your oath gauge didn't seem insanely impactful, but the new upgrade, the new upgrade to Sheltron, that adds a lot of interest for me, I will be honest. That adds a lot of interest for me. And then on top of Confiteor being super badass. Benchmark, yeah, we could watch the benchmark trailer. Do you guys want to watch it, or should I install it and play it? What do you think? Yeah, Paladin looks good. Yeah, cool. Cool. Oh man, a lot of the jobs look great. They look great, guys. Wow. Okay. Rewatch of job action trailer. Am I any closer to making a decision? Probably not. No, probably not. This just intensifies my altaholicism. It intensifies my desire to play every job. Let's leave it at that. But that was still amazing. That was still good.